Choosing your survival dog. In this episode, we will talk about how to choose the right dog for your circumstances, because as we all know, not every breed is up to the task. For number one, you have to look at your climate. If you live in a cold climate, you don't want to get a shorter-haired breed because you'll freeze to death in the winter. If you live in a warm climate, you don't want to choose a longer-haired breed like the Husky because you'll die of heat stroke. You want to research your breeds and find the right dog for your climate. Don't go looking for a dog that you feel is a cool breed. Go for a dog that is actually going to be useful to you. I would recommend a dog between 25 and 50 pounds. This is because, number one, they can do things that the smaller toy breeds cannot do. Reasons for not getting a dog over 50 pounds is because they eat a lot of food, and we don't know what circumstances we are going to be in the future. If we cannot get food at the grocery store, how are we going to go out and get a can of dog food for a dog who eats 1 or 2 cans a day? So we have to think about how much the dog eats. Here in Eastern Canada, I would recommend dogs who have a longer coat. Again, so that they are suited for the wintertime climate. Some breeds that I would recommend that are between the weight ranges of 25 and 50 pounds with this type of hair are Border Collies, which are 22 to 55 pounds, and they have a nice, wiry, thick coat. They're a working dog. They're high energy. They can pull a cart. They can pull a bike. They're a good dog for this purpose. Standard Schnauzer. They've got a very good coat. They're between 30 and 50 pounds, and they are strong as an ox. A Sheltie. Some of you are laughing when I say Sheltie, but Sheltie is between 15 and 20 pounds. But they are good carting dogs. They're good herding dogs. And they've got the hair. Right now we have a Sheltie mix, and he's 12 years old, and he's still as young as a puppy. And this is because we exercise him regularly, and we feed him a biologically appropriate diet. None of this store-bought dog food crap that they're trying to sell to you. A Case Hund is 35 to 40 pounds, and they're the same size. They look similar to an American Eskimo dog, only they're usually a gray to black color. They're really bushy. They're really good in the cold. I wouldn't recommend an American Pit Bull Terrier, and the only reason for this is not that they're bad dogs, because they're not. They're very good dogs. This is because of their hair. Pit Bulls are ideal survival dogs for the warmer climates if it is an American Pit Bull Terrier. There are a lot of breeds out there that are being sold as Pit Bulls that are not Pit Bulls. An American Pit Bull Terrier is between 20 and 50 pounds. If the dog is over that weight, you're being ripped off because it's not a Pit Bull Terrier. It may be a mixed breed of larger dogs who are mistaken for Pit Bull Terriers, such as a Doggo Argentino, which is between 80 and 100 pounds, Cane Corso, 88 to 120 pounds. Some people are selling Bull Mastiffs as Pit Bulls to unsuspecting and stupid buyers, which range from 100 to 130 pounds. American Bulldogs, between 60 and 125 pounds, and the Staffordshire Terrier, which is between 24 and 60 pounds. These dogs are very different than an American Pit Bull Terrier. They're in their size, and if you are going to get an American Pit Bull Terrier, if you live in a colder climate, don't get a purebred, get a mixed breed. Get an American Pit Bull Terrier which is bred with a Border Collie or a Husky, Schnauzer, anything that gives it a good coat. Pit Bulls are great. We all know that they're used in weight pull competitions. They can pull a good cart. They're strong. They're eager to please their human. Unlike a lot of people are claiming, they are not aggressive or violent unless you beat the shit out of them. I had a a pit bull and Sheltie mix when I was younger, named Toby, and he had been severely abused and neglected by his former owners, but he was still a sweetheart. His owners had gone away on vacation, and they told a friend of my mother's to check on the house in a week's time, water the plants, whatever, but they'd neglected to tell her that they had a dog. And when she went in a week after they left, she found this poor little dog tied to the table leg in the kitchen, and he was in bad shape. He was skinny, and he didn't have much hair on him at that point. But he was obviously pit bull. He had the shape. He had the pit bull face and the ears and the leg structure. He turned out to be a fine dog, even though he had been abused. He's still a sweet little thing. But not all dogs are the same. You can have a golden retriever who attacks somebody. You can have a German shepherd who goes mad. You can have a corgi who goes absolutely insane. No dog is perfect. No dog is vicious. It's all in how you raise the dog. At the current moment, I wouldn't mind having a pit bull mix because I know how to raise a dog. I don't beat my dogs. I do not punish my dogs in any way. If my dog does something bad, I just do not reward it. If you're trying to train a dog to sit and they're not listening to you, you have to figure out exactly what you are doing wrong and telling that dog what it is you want it to do. Speaking about puppies, you want to get your survival dog as a puppy between the ages of 5 and 8 weeks old, simply because it's better for training. You can custom train your survival dog to what you need. It's harder to train an older dog, as well as you do not know what that older dog has already been through. You may be getting a dog who's been severely abused and has major behavioral problems. Like last fall we had a dog, rage syndrome. I don't think there's that much more I can say about the topic of dog breeds and choosing your dog. Basically, you want to have a dog that is suited to your climate and a dog that doesn't eat very much for its size. Military service dogs, I have a manual, and their feeding guidelines for a 50-pound dog is 1.5 pounds of meat per day with 2 slices of toast and 2 tablespoons of vegetables. And that's the dog's daily ration. A dog who was 60 pounds ate almost twice as much. So you have to think about where you live and your resources. So that's about it for this episode. Stay tuned for more information. This is Dune the Evil Scum. He is a Sheltie mix. We're not exactly sure what he is. But this is your ideal survival dog. He's a nice small size. You can easily pick him up. He doesn't eat a lot. He's a great watchdog. The thing about watchdogs is any dog can be a watchdog. Smaller dogs like him are more prone to bark at an intruder. Larger dogs, such as Great Dane or Bull Mastiff, are less prone to bark and more prone to lunge at the intruder, simply because where they're larger, they feel they can take on these things themselves and they don't need help. But a smaller dog is more prone to think, hey, this is not right, I need help to conquer this problem, and they will alert you to it. So what you want is a smaller dog, but not a toy breed, something between 25 and 50 pounds.